Okay, so on my graph, what I want to have is my weight against mass. So I'm not worried about the number of masses. I want to compare weight to mass. I'm going to select the data that I want to put into my graph. Now I've selected it. And now I'm going to insert. I remember we're looking for a relationship between weight and mass. So I'm going to select a line graph. Okay, so here's a line graph. All right. Now, that's a graph, but if I hand that in, I'm not going to get any marks for it. Lots of things that are wrong with it. It doesn't even make sense. I wanted to have mass on my x-axis, and I've got numbers going from 1 to 5, so that's not right. All right, so what do I need to do? The first thing is I need to select the data. I need to tell Excel what data they should be looking at. So I'm going to right-click, use your mouse to right-click, and then select the data you want. All right, so we're going to start over here, horizontal axis labels. Let's edit that. And I want to tell it I want mass. Here's the labels that I want you to use, 0.1 to 0.5. And instantly you can see down here, it's changed those from 0.1 to 0.5. That's what I want. So let's say OK. All right, now this other one. Now it looks a bit weird. It says Legend Entry Series. We don't know what that means, but we know that this one's a horizontal axis, and we know that horizontal means across, and we know that X is across, so that's the X-axis. Over here must be the Y-axis, and on the Y-axis we want the weight. So let's remove that mass from there. I just clicked on remove with a big cross. Now I'm left with weight, and I can see behind my panel here that I've got, there we go, that matches what I've got in my weight, 0.1 to 0.6, that looks perfect. All right, well now I've got a much better looking graph, but it's not finished. I've got to give it some titles on my axis. Primary horizontal axis title, so that's my horizontal axis, my x-axis. I'm going to put a title below there. Here I'm going to type it in, and this is mass, and don't forget your units. All right. Same thing again now for my vertical axis, my y-axis. I'm going to do it there. Delete the generic axis title, and this is going to be weight in Newton. Right, now what else do I need? I need a good title. Okay, I want you to think of what could be a good title. What describes what should go in there? So you think of the title. Okay, finally, because I've labeled my axes, I don't need a legend on here for this. We really only need the legends either if we're putting some symbols on the graph or for bar graphs. For this graph, we don't need a legend, so let's delete that. And there, I've got my graph.